Well, hello guys on YouTube today. How are you guys today? Well, we got a bit of an update for you guys today about finally finishing this candy cauldron stand and a fog stand as well. But I finally got all my materials I actually needed to finish the stand. Well, I bought some extra Allen stuff apparently I don't really need. I bought a sleeve, I don't need that. I also bought a cover to go over top of the bolts. I don't need that apparently. And by the way, we're not going to go ahead and use that piece of wood because I actually have a steel bracket I'm going to be using. And let's go ahead and show you what the material you're going to need. Well, you're going to need your piece of wood, your post 4x4 piece of wood. You're going to need a 2x4. You're going to need that steel top dial. I will show you the orange stuff here. Well, let's go ahead and go over the materials. Well, this is my cauldron for candy and stuff. Well, I always put candy and stuff in it. You're going to need the steel plate. It's just a old-fashioned steel light plate I'm actually just using to use on the stand itself. We're going to need the 2x4. It's going to bolt the top of it on the top. Actually, I already got this piece already done. I have the screw inside the post, and I have the screw connector on the 2x4. But we're not going to need this piece of wood. Apparently, the stand I bought was a little bit, the plate of metal was a little bit bigger. We're just going to put this off to the side. Well, we'll just leave it like that. It doesn't much matter. The steel materials you're going to need is, I got this post piece here. This actually goes on the bottom of the post here. It's just a steel, just made out of steel here. That's also what you're going to need. The reason I don't need that piece of wood because this is actually 10 times bigger than that. But that's okay. All the materials here, you're going to need apparently about 4 of these little guys here to be able to take it all apart, and you're going to need just 4 bolts. And actually, let's bring these guys closer to you guys so you guys can see what I'm working with. You see, there's my bag of bolts. There is those guys there. I bought those as well. Let's go ahead and bring the steel beam up, or a steel plate up. So it's a standard green size steel plate. It just sits on the ground. That's pretty cool. That's what I just did with this one. Puts that in there. The post is the same thing. This has a screw on the top, so I can actually screw it together pretty easily. The tools you're going to need. Well, we've got different types of tools we're going to need. Well, we're going to need a Black & Decker drill to actually drill the holes in the wood. You're going to need a socket wrench, or you can also just use a standard box wrench here to put it together. Going to need a drill bit to drill the holes. Going to also need an Allen key, and you're also going to need a marker. That's mostly about it for the materials here. And yes, I'm going to start out with the plate first. This metal plate. I'm going to put the post off the side. Well, after this, going to need 2 of these out of this bag, but I actually do need my. No, wait. Maybe. Okay. Well, we're just going to go ahead and slice the bag open, because I actually bought 12 of these little guys, so I'm just going to take them all out of the bag. because we actually only need two of them. Anyways, that's gonna go there. These two go on there. But I'm just gonna show you how to kind of make something. Let's go and line this plate up just to make sure I actually got the correct hole alignment. Just to make sure I do. The correct size hole alignment here. Sometimes this is a tricky plate to kind of line up when you already lined it up before with the holes. We'll just go ahead and start off by putting my drill bits in. Again, that's the key though, to actually put in your drill bit. Just put these up there. And the reason why I'm making this stand is to actually make it for it to come apart when stuff like Halloween and stuff is done. And that's what I actually was doing. I don't really need this thing anymore, but the plate. But I actually like to make sure I get this thing kind of level here. Okay, now we just got that started. And we're also going to need a trash can to be able to put the wood chips in. I'm going to start this hole first. See how deep I gotta go. I think about maybe half of the drill bit, maybe. But it does will work. And again, just shape the stuff out the wood, or out the hole you made. It smells like pine. Stuff like that. It's pretty cool. That does work. You know, it just only depends on what you are looking for in a certain application and stuff. And the reason why you make the hole a little bit small is to be able to put the connectors into the wood, and the plate actually connects the bottom of these to the thing. And I officially got it level with the rest of the wood though. That's not bad for a good insert though. And we'll just do the same thing. Just take the plate I have kind of knotted and stuff like that to be able to connect this top plate to the top of this. The reason why I want to make this to come apart is so I can take it apart like when stuff's done and stuff. You know, stuff like that when Halloween's done. And again, you always want to start out slow when you're doing your holes. Don't end up going too much deeper into the wood as needed. Stuff like that, but you know, it's kind of cool. Don't want to go all the way through it. I need to go only about maybe halfway through it for the poster able to go. Oops, making a mess. That's fine. I'm making a mess. You know, it happens. But you don't want to go too far into the wood because you want to make sure these actually connect to the wood. Let's use an Allen key to push these into the wood, and the wood these screws bite right into the wood. By the way, the 2x4 I'm using is a pretty aged piece of wood, and it's a little bit harder to work with when you got it in there. And you just want to make sure it's kind of like this level, you know, not just installed. the two of these guys on this piece. And you can draw them how deep you want them, but you don't want to go through the wood and able to go through the wood. That's not what you want to do. But now that piece is now done. And let's go ahead and go on to the next stage, is putting the bottom plate of my post together. Actually, I just need 4 bolts out of here. 1. Oops, got too many now. I just need 4. I don't need a total of 8 because I'm not going to be able to use the bottom board. This here is just trash. You can just throw that away. Again, you're going to need your marker to line up the holes in your post. Let's see what it looks like. I want to make sure it's kind of level. I don't want to make sure it's crooked. Because if it's crooked, it's not going to hold your cauldron right. Actually, this side looks pretty damn good right here, guys. We're going to go ahead, lay it down. And we can mark it. It doesn't matter. You can actually just draw it. And after I mark it, when I take it out of the shaft here, I know what I'm going to end up drawing. Now, do you need a total of 4 bolts to actually hold this post piece together? Well, you could if you want to use all 4, but you don't really need to use all 4 of these. Again, you only need 2 on each side. And the reason why you only need 2 is just to make sure you kind of like go even on it, kind of thing. And again, if I got a little bit off on this hole, that's fine, because it doesn't have to be that perfect. Because sometimes, when you're all working with wood, wood tends to be a little bit more tricky to work with than metal, because the drawbacks always seem to slip on mostly anything you kind of draw through anyways. Let's clean off the brush. Normally you use a small bit. You start off with a pilot hole first, then you work with your bigger draw. Then, after you got most of your drawing done, again, some of the wood's going to chip off when you draw it with a big old bit, but that's normal. That's normal when you're working on mostly anything like wood-wise and all sorts of different things. Gonna get this started here. And by the way, you don't want to make the hole too big. You want to actually start with the hole smaller for these guys to catch right. And after it's in there, now we can actually go and finish this project and actually put it together. Finally. Now, again, I'm not a perfect person. I mean, apparently my holes are not perfect, but just go and switch it on here and see what it kind of looks like from the outside. Not really perfect on that side either, but you know what? I think it doesn't much matter. I should have actually just put them like there, but it's fine. It's just going to be harder to get these smaller bolts in, apparently. Typically, you just use something. I mean, I would have to use just a washer, I guess. But that's okay, I don't mind. Apparently, I did not realize these bolts are apparently a little bit smaller than the post holes, but you know, it's called try and error, guys. You know, it's like, it only depends on where you actually locate your holes and where you drill your holes. This also has screws and stuff. You know, you can use screws and stuff like that to actually hold it together. Eventually, I'm just gonna have to just put some washers in between these and tiny bottom plates, but that's gonna hold it just fine. But that's okay, I don't mind. It's just called a makeshift stand, I guess, or a makeshift post stand, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And we'll just go ahead and stick the last piece on top. And we'll just gently just spin it on. And, you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. I mean, I'm not perfect. Nobody's really that perfect in life. I mean, it just doesn't have to be that perfect for it to look nice. I mean, if somebody has, like, say, OCD, sometimes it's better with us to make it look perfect. But, hey, you know what? This is kind of like a finished project now. Now I can finally put this guy to rest. Because now I have a done post stand now. Okay, it's gonna look a little bit wobbly, but you know what? Some things are all gonna look wobbly when you put them together, I guess. Well, it depends on where you line these things up and how you line them up, I guess, guys. But again, I am not a perfect person. But you know what? I try my best on doing things. And now the cauldron total is now completely done. Completely done now, guys. Eventually I will paint it later in the future. And that was what it's gonna look like, I guess, guys. But if you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe. Please leave a comment if you like how I put it together. Please share. Please like. Peace out. Bye, guys. We'll see you in the next vlog. We'll keep you guys updated on this stand shift thing I made. Alright, bye.